404 BC, Persepolis. King Darius II's time had come. The moment of destiny was upon him, and so he would gather all his nobles for one final announcement as he proclaimed his eldest son Ardashir heir to the Persian throne. However, as cheers echoed and many nobles celebrated, some stayed silent, and this could only mean one thing: fractures and civil war. Ah, yes, the Persian Empire. From the Chinese steppe to Carthage, it was truly the most powerful and vast state of its time. However, not all was well. For King Darius II bore two sons with his wife, Parizad. The eldest, Ardashir, was more composed, quieter, raised harder, and disciplined. However, the youngest, Cyrus, was your typical youngest child, ambitious, less composed, spoiled, and preferred constantly. And spoiled he was more and more by the day by his mother, Queen of the Achaemenid Empire, who also happened to have a lot of influence in the Achaemenid court, whilst Darius preferred Ardashir for his humility. Now, you see, the Achaemenid Empire was divided into satrapies. A satrapy is basically the modern notion of a province. The Achaemenids invented the concept of dividing your empire into different parts and giving each part to one dude to rule. And this made governing an empire as big as theirs, with around 10 million square kilometers of land, way easier. Now, Parizad would use her massive influence in the Achaemenid court to grant her son control of 6 satrapies. That's right, imagine 6 provinces in a modern country being ruled by one man. And not just any provinces, these ones, which are all in Anatolia, which means they have a very strategic location, and they're some of the richest and most economically prosperous provinces in the whole empire. And right next door, the Peloponnesian Wars were happening, a legendary battle between the two Greek superpowers of Athens and Sparta, and Cyrus had front row seats to watch every event in detail. Bro eventually decided to bankroll Sparta's war effort, which is basically the direct cause of their victory despite heavy odds being stacked against them. And he even managed to get back some territories that the Greeks held on the Ionian coast. And the Greeks, or at least Sparta and her allies, loved him, especially because he was apparently into Greek mythology. And the Greeks in Anatolia also started loving him because they saw that the Greeks in Greece loved him. So everybody loved Cyrus except for a certain man called Tissaphernes. Why? Well, you see, he was the previous governor of Lydia and Ionia, these two provinces. But when Cyrus just strolls in, strikes a deal with the Spartans, steals all 6 of these provinces, including the ones that he governed, and then tells him to get out and demotes him to the governor of this small satrapy here called Caria, which is embarrassing, he is understandably mad. Opinions on Cyrus were pretty different, however, back in Persepolis. Let me show you why. Watch this nobleman try and ask for something from the royal family. Hey, Cyrus! Oh my god, I'm so happy to see you. Can you, give me some maritime trade rights in the Persian Gulf, perhaps? Let me think about that. Now! Aww. Hey, Ardashir, can you do it? Sure, I guess. Happy to help. The nobles could use Ardashir's humility and compliance to their advantage, so most nobles, especially ones native to Persepolis, were Team Ardashir. And of course, if Darius were to die before his wife, the prospect of Cyrus and Parizad teaming up to rule the country together would be terrifying. So in Ardashir's coronation ceremony, everybody was suspicious of Cyrus. What was going to be his next move? Hey, Cyrus, I think Tissaphernes is assembling some people to kill you. Really? Then why don't I kill Ardashir first? Who are you? I'm here to water your garden. At night? Yes. With a knife? Yes. Did my brother send you to kill me? Yes. By Achaemenid law, anyone with intent to harm a member of the royal family would be executed, no matter who they themselves were. So Ardashir was forced to put Cyrus to death. However, Parizad pulled some shenanigans, and not only was Cyrus not executed, but he returned fully to his post of governing all 6 provinces. And Ardashir, who wasn't really keen on killing his own brother, let it slide. However, Cyrus knew that Tissaphernes wouldn't be as kind. So in autumn of 401 BC, he would send a call to Greece. Cyrus was planning on forming an army of mercenaries to take the throne for himself, and the Greeks, ready to go on an adventure from either Anatolia or Greece, signed up. 12,000 to be exact, with around 2/3 of them being heavier phalanx infantry, whilst around a third of them were lighter hoplite units. Cyrus would also receive around 14 to 15,000 Persians from Pontus, mostly being infantry, with around 3,000 cavalry being among them, totaling his army up to 27,000 units, which is solid. His army was ready in Sardis, and he only needed a chance. And what a chance he would get, because there was a rebellion in Cilicia, and he was going to be the one to quell it, because it was under his jurisdiction. And he was totally not marching an army on Persepolis to take the crown for himself. Nah. However, Tissaphernes was suspicious, so he sent spies and immediately realized what was going on and told Ardashir. There was no going back now. The 2 brothers were locked in a dance that only one of them would come out of. If you're still here, which you're probably not because this video was horrendous, thank you very much for watching. And if you want to know who wins in the end, wait for part 2. Bye.